Minister, when will the Department of Health's capacity review of disability services be published?
If I wanted to be very honest and frank and get straight to the answer of it, within the week, Deputy, is when it will be published. I don't need to build any more on the answer other than giving a clear timeline. It will be published within a week.
I'm absolutely delighted to hear that, because this report has been completed since last November, and I know you've received a lot of PQs on this, both from members of the Disability Matters Committee and the committee itself, individual TDs, and different organisations, IWA and the Oireachtas Disability Group and the organisations they represent, because as you know better than I, there's a data deficit in terms of disability, and to get this news today is very, very welcome, and it's really, really important. I presume then that will help to inform preparations for Budget 2022 going forward. I know the Indicon report, which is not your department's, Department of Social Protection, is another important part of the jigsaw to indicate what cost of disability will be going forward. And I know there's indications it will be published in the coming months as well, but will it be part of the budget going forward?
Deputy, what I can say to you is that prior to us having the publication of the Disability Capacity Review, this government has delivered on disability over the last 12 months when we went into budgetary preparedness last year. So it's important just to recap here with the House what we have delivered on. 126 individuals moved from congregated settings. Funding was in place to ensure that a total of 102 new residential places were put in place, as well as 144 residential placements in the community. Over 80% of the backlog of assessment of needs since June 2020 has been delivered on. The first programme to tackle an issue of persons with disabilities under 65 in nursing homes is in progress as we speak, and a full complement of children's disability network teams are in place from the end of this summer, and significant progress is made on the recruitment of 100 therapists with the additional 85 therapists on top of this. So what I'm trying to say to you, Deputy, is that we have been, as a government, have been progressing even though we haven't published this, and we will continue to progress and put disability at the centre of our agenda at all times.
I welcome that, Minister, and I do acknowledge the work that's been done, and I think there have been significant moves towards a social model of care away from the health model of care, which is the right way to go, and I know that you're doing tremendous work in that field. However, we do have a few very stark statistics around disability in this country. I mean, we've the lowest employment rate for people with disabilities in the EU, and we've the highest poverty rate, or one of the highest. It's certainly higher than average, and we're one of the worst 5. You mentioned people in nursing homes who are under 65, and there's still around 1,300 of them. So, significant progress is needed to move them out of what are totally unsuitable settings and into community-based settings. And another statistic as well, I think 0.3% of all people with disabilities access a personal assistance service. And I think that's vital in order to allow people to live in the community and have the supports that they need. Because, I mean, in order to move towards community services and supports, we need investment in IT, we need investment in housing, we need investment in transport, we need investment in education. So in order to implement the UN CRPD, we need to have disability proofing across all departments that affect all people.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Deputy, and I completely concur with you. Disability proof right across all departments. So at the moment, as I speak to you on the floor of the Dáil, we are disability proofing the medical model through the Department of Health. But you are right, we do when I move to my new Department of Inclusion and Equality under Minister O'Gorman. That's where we will also be reaching out into every other department, be it education, be it transport, be it employment, right across, because disability isn't just about medical needs. Disability is about how a person can access education, do that transition planning, and also ensure that they can access employment and independently live in an independent space through the Department of Housing. So I have every faith that this disability capacity review will touch on every single department. Thank you.
Thank you.